Robyn, you know we have 2 visitor centers. We have one at the north side of in the plaza. We have one at south down by Jacuzzi Winery, in Jacuzzi Winery. We've got people call us, they text us, Facebook us, Instagram us, they send us reels, they carrier pigeons, whatever. So you're going to help us in a segment we call We Get Questions.
Oh my God. Are these real questions?
Yeah, these are real questions every week. I
love being helpful.
I go and I yell at the volunteers. I'm like, give me more questions. I don't have enough questions. So I got some today. Thank you, Dennis and Diane, for giving me some questions today. Okay, here's the first one we got at the visitor center. Hi, we're driving to Napa via Trinity Road and are looking for a beautiful winery to walk around before.
Turn around.
That's a great answer. Why are you doing that?
Exactly.
What are you doing?
This is
ridiculous. But let's just say for some reason they want to take Trinity Road is a very windy road.
Yes.
And whenever people go over Trinity Road, I'm like, are you sure you want if you're
because it looks shorter, but they have no idea what's coming.
Their
Treachery.
stomach, unless you're like a motorcycle racer and you're like, wah, or an old guy with like a burro who's like a prospector. That's what I think of Trinity Road. Okay. But let's say they're down here, they're going up to Trinity Road, which is halfway up the valley, and they want to stop at a beautiful winery around just to walk. What's a beautiful place to walk?
Oh my gosh, there's so many.
I know.
I don't even know where to have them stop. I have to pick one place.
Welcome to the visitor center.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So let's say we're starting here at the KSVY studios.
Okay.
And I'm going up to Trinity Road.
Okay.
Is there any place you would say just stop and just walk to any winery? You can. And just so you let you know, this is not Robyn's favorite winery. She loves them all equally.
So many.
You're doing exactly it.
Oh
okay, this is when you ask the vintner lady to like name one winery. She goes, I gotta name all 100 of them. How about this? B.R. Cone is a pretty winery.
It is a pretty winery.
It has a beautiful hill, beautiful oak trees.
Very picturesque.
Very picturesque. You can walk around that one if you want. You don't have to taste, obviously, if you're going on Trinity Road. You don't want to be tasting and driving, but you might have a designated driver, I hope. But B.R. Cone's an easy one. You know what I would do? I'd actually also stop at Oak Hill Farm and go to the farm.
Yeah.
And that's a neat stop, too.
Oak Hill Farm, the botanical gardens on your way.
That's a great botanical garden. Yeah. So, that's it.
But there's like big, beautiful properties. I mean, if people are looking for big, beautiful properties right along that corridor, you can find so many. So
you can. I'm trying to if Beltane Ranch is before Trinity or after. It might be right.
After? Might be just after.
But Beltane's beautiful.
Beltane is stunning. I mean, there's so much history and charm just effortlessly layered in there. They do such a good job just stewarding what has been there for so long.
And beautiful. They have cattle, grapes, horses.
Yeah.
So these are all places to stop. But according to Robyn, don't go over Trinity Road. Stay here.
Stay here. Yay.
That's the answer.
That is the answer, actually.
Okay, and if you do get car sick, go down the southern route. Don't go all the way over.
Yeah,
so
please don't.
Go south. Yeah. Okay.
Unless you really have to save that 5 minutes.
Unless you're not, your stomach's gonna be up you. Okay, here's another one. I will be in the area for 2 weeks in November with my dog. I'd love help with suggestions for great Pinot Noir, Rosé, white wine, and bubbly spots.
Oh, nice.
As well as any locations that I can bring my dog along.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the one that comes to mind immediately is Vianza Winery. My husband's the GM there.
Nice.
And incredibly dog-friendly. They love dogs. They have dog bowls out. They have property for the dog to run.
Lots of space. It's a big open space.
Yeah,
easy,
you might meet our dog, Benelli, there. So.
Benelli, the dog, is the winery dog, the tasting room dog? I didn't know that.
If she doesn't get to go to the winery, she's visibly upset. Yeah.
Like sad dog.
Oh, I mean, a black lab at a winery treats just like cheese and charcuterie,
Black labs really like food.
Oh, they love it. And then all the pets, so the pets and the food, I mean, she's in heaven.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's
a great
beautiful.
And they do have white wine there and Pinot Noir.
They have all of the varietals listed. And many very cool esoteric Italian varietals too.
Cool labels
that
too.
you can learn about. Yeah.
All right, so Vianza is a great one, and you can also go to St. Francis Winery. Of course, they have the blessing of the animals, and they're known for their dogs. Most wineries are pretty open to
Larson
dogs.
family.
Yeah.
I mean,
they have the 3-lab cab, a 2-lab cab.
Yeah, they love animals there.
Right.
Many do. I mean, the outdoor spaces. I'm trying to think.
Almost all of them do, and that's why we hesitate to name just one.
Right.
Got it. Okay. Here's fine. I'm not going to make you name a winery. Are you ready? Here's another question then. That's a good one. Hey, we are researching our family history from the late 1800s to the early 1900s right here in Sonoma. How can we do that? How can we get some genealogy and other information?
I mean, the Historical Society?
Boom.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's where my office
Where's
is.
your office? Yeah. So you're right. We actually, this being Sonoma Valley, we are not content to have one historical society. We have several. But if you go to the Marcy House, is where they have the Sonoma Archives. Okay. The Marcy House has archives of like where people are buried and some of the genealogy stuff and a lot of neat photographs.
You might be related to our family.
You might be. Yeah. And that
1800s.
That means they have to volunteer
At the Vintage Festival.
Vintage Festival. If you're interested in physical buildings, the Masonavi House has information about a lot of the physical buildings and stuff here, and also has your office back there.
Yeah. Boy, it's a beautiful little place. Just mere 5 homes off the plaza. It's wild. And there's so much.
You do have a ridiculously awesome office back there. I mean, I like mine in the Carnegie, of course, and being on the plaza. But I go down yours, bike path right there.
Charming.
Beautiful. You're closer to the farmer's market.
Oh,
so
very.
You can get the fruit galette faster than I can from Baker and Cook. But Masonavi House is also available for rents for weddings and stuff like that.
Oh,
it's
yeah. If you're having like a small event,
Yeah.
it is, easily accessible, and the gardens are just gorgeous.
Super
Robert
pretty.
Demler, you do a great
did
job.
a good job there.
They just repainted as if it needed to get more beautiful. It looks just so sharp.
Oh, yeah. And I'm mad because once we did a meeting there at your conference room, and it was this beautiful like oak table. It's all polished and historic. Yeah. And then when you want to have a meeting at my spot, it's like, well, we're by the public bathrooms because we don't really have a beautiful room like yours. So yeah, Masonavi House is gorgeous.
Good stuff.
Here's another question. Hey man, we are van lifing it and we're in need of a laundromat. Where can we find a laundromat?
I don't know what the laundromat's called, but it's over behind the old Palms restaurant. That's not Palms.
Thank you.
I sound like a local. Finally. Oh my gosh, that was great.
You did it. You've achieved Sonoma-ness. You gave directions in relation to something that's not there and hasn't been there for years.
Across the street from Taco Bell. And then the Maxwell Center. Go visit the Boys and Girls Club.
That's right. So there is a laundromat over there. It's absolutely right. So that's on Verano Avenue and Highway 12. Good job.
I moved to town and everyone's like, oh, by the old such and such. I was like, that helps me not. Everybody does it.
It's the most
I'm
Sonoma thing I know because it's so infuriating. I'm like, go to Four Corners. I'm like, I'm sorry, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Like, well, go to Bono. I'm like, I still, like, the singer for U2? What are we talking about? And they act like, how do you not know that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. We do have laundromats by Whole Foods. There's one by off Verano Avenue. And there's probably a couple more up in the Springs. I don't know about Kenwood. There might be one. But there's definitely laundromats.
Oh, yeah,
around.
lots of laundromats.
Yeah, we have a lot of van life people, though.
Options.
Have you seen those vans? They're like the apocalypse wagons that show up. They're huge. They're like the Sprinter vans. Do you guys have one?
No. Oh, yeah. Chris wishes we had one. And there's a huge lower parking lot at Vianza that I'm like, oh my gosh, if we like had people able to just come in.
Shh. Permit Sonoma, don't listen to us.
They don't do that. They don't.
They don't do that. But if they did, cool? No, you totally could because the wetlands are right there, and you can do like a walking trail. And yes, those apocalypse recreation wagons are amazing.
Yeah.
I see a lot of them. A lot of them pull up at the visitor center.
Yeah. It's
and
great.
They are cool. So yeah, the van lifers, we do have laundromats and you can use them. And we recommend not washing your stuff in Sonoma Creek. It's just frowned upon. Please use a laundromat. So
use a laundromat.
Yeah, that's it. Final question I got. I'd like to go to the Vintage Festival. What's the website to get tickets again?
The long one?
The long one.
www.valleyofthemoonvintagefestival.org.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Here's like you memorize it.